Austrian food and just walk around and explore Salzburg. And we're about to catch the train now.
Bây giờ mời các bạn theo chân khuôn mặt quen để khám phá ẩm thực của
When you
Áo
take the
QUÄC
train in Germany, you can pre-book your tickets online. So I already booked the ticket, and then you can get a digital mobile ticket. All you do is show up at the train station, you jump on your train, and then they check your ticket once you are in the train, and we have about 15 minutes until our train leaves. Just want to quickly say a big thank you to 23andMe for sponsoring me to come on this trip. I took a DNA test, I figured out my ancestry, and I traveled to this region of Europe to discover the food, and I'm excited to be here. And right now 23andMe is hosting the Golden 23 Sweepstakes, where you have a chance to win a trip to a destination of your ancestry. The link is in the description box below. Check it out for all the details. And we are getting ready to leave now to Salzburg. And we're boarded into the train. And this train actually goes all the way to Budapest in Hungary. But it should be about a 1.5 hour ride to get to Salzburg. And welcome to Austria. That was quite a beautiful ride. I enjoyed coming into the mountains, and then I fell asleep for a few minutes, and we arrived. You might already know this, but Salzburg is famous for two main reasons. Number one, it's the city where Mozart was born, and number two, it is the city where The Sound of Music was filmed. And also it just looks like a beautiful city. It is a beautiful city surrounded by mountains. One of the famous places to visit in Salzburg is the Mirabell Gardens and Palace. And so we've just walked here. It's on the way to the old city. We're gonna stop here first. Oh wow, Diện. Yeah.
Bữa nay ảnh đi anh phải đai thằng con. Đẹp quá ha. Cái vườn hoa đẹp quá.
The gardens are really nice and very neatly manicured, lots of colorful flowers. We're walking across the bridge, across the river. Wow, it is pretty picturesque. And on our way to go eat lunch. It's a little bit before the lunch restaurant opens, so we decided to stop at this cafe. This is a really nice porch cafe overlooking the river and the old city. This one is the Kleine Braunen.
And that's the apple strudel.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a coffee that I wanted to try in Austria, and I think it's just a shot of espresso with a little side of milk. And so I think I'll just dump the milk in the espresso. Oh, beautiful. And let's taste that. Oh, that's wonderful. You've got the same espresso strongness, but just a wonderful slight creaminess to it. Okay, and then apple strudel. An apple strudel is one of the most well-known of all Austrian desserts. It is there's layers of pastry and apple in there. Oh, it just sort of collapses. Oh, and you can smell the cinnamon in there. And get some of that cream. I want that blueberry. It's served hot.
Bánh gì ạ?
The apples just sort of melt in your mouth. You can taste the cinnamon in there. The top layer
Cái
of
bánh
pastry
này
is a
nó
little bit
có
crispy, and then
trái
you
táo ở
have
trong
kind
á.
of gooey layers of pastry. That's amazing. Coffee was good, and that's really kind of like a arty coffee shop where you go to relax and enjoy the view. It's very relaxing, but I am very ready for some bigger and better food. Conveniently, just up the road, there is a restaurant that
mới
we're
tới
gonna
cái
go
tiệm cà
eat
phê
some
thôi, uống cà
hopefully
phê,
amazing Austrian
ăn bánh
food
thôi.
at.
Chút xíu nữa anh mới đi ăn trưa.
This is a pretty cool passageway. I guess it opens. I love the wood furnishings on the inside. They have a nice indoor section, and we got a table with a view to the window to the mountains, and then they also have a nice patio outside. The menu is full of
Cái nhà
classic
hàng này nó có
Austrian
cái phòng
dishes,
riêng nữa.
as well as some local specialties.
Ngó ra ngoài
Just
nhìn
ordered
cảnh vật
a
ở bên
bunch of
ngoài
food,
đẹp lắm.
including an interesting soup that I'm gonna try first that I can't wait to try. This is something I can say I never have had before. This is gonna be my first time.
Yeah.
Frothed beer soup. And then it's served in a beer mug, and then you can see there's croutons on top as well as green onions.
Cái này là
and then
súp nha.
it is, you can see all
Súp
that froth on top
súp
as
bia
well.
nữa.
My first time for froth. Whoa, that's
Súp
foamy.
mà nó nấu với
It's
bia.
like a cream of, I think it's a cream of something. Maybe, I guess that's beer, but something else too. And then, oh, that smells incredible. You can smell, oh, what do I smell in there? Maybe rye? But it is like kind of like frothy like a beer. And then it is, I think that's rye bread or rye croutons on the top. It has a rye flavor to it. And then that's just like a,
Tức là nó có
kind of a soothing,
gạo trong
creamy
đó
soup.
với lại bánh mì.
Maybe I can taste a little bit of beer in the aftertaste.
Nó có đổ bia vô trong đó.
I ordered 2 main dishes. I'm very excited because this is going to be my first time to ever try a real authentic Wiener Schnitzel in Austria. And Wiener Schnitzel it's one of the most well-known Austrian dishes in the entire world. It is a very thin strip of veal, which is then breaded, coated in breadcrumbs and deep fried. The other dish I really wanted to try is this dish, which is pasta with a melted cheese all over it, and then these are fried onions, and then green onions all over it. I gotta begin with that Wiener Schnitzel.
Đây là hai cái món mà đặc biệt của người Áo đó.
And you can even feel that the breading is quite thin
Đó
as
là
well.
thịt bò nó chiên.
I'm gonna take a. Ooh, it's very tender. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at that inside. And turn that around. Yeah, it's very thin, and then you can see how delicate the breadcrumb wrapper is as well. The breadcrumbs are very, very fine, and then very crispy, and that meat is very tender under there, that veal. So that looks pretty good. It's amazingly tender and delicate, and I love how it's so thin. Kind of like a berry tasting jam. That gives it a little sweet contrast to the saltiness of it. Really fried perfectly though. They did an excellent job. Oh, they're really silky potatoes.
Cái món này thì cũng thấy không có gì
sauce over it as well. Moving into the cheesy pasta. Oh, that's just like dense with cheese. Oh, it's just filled with cheese, and you can see those fried onions. Oh, this
bên đây là cái gì đây mà phô mai quá trời ở trong.
That is a cheese lover's dream. It's so creamy with cheese, and then you've got that extra dimension of the fried edge, as well as those fried onions, which take it to the next level. Oh, it's just like so sticky. There's so much cheese in there.
Cái này nó bỏ củ hành vô trọng, nó trộn trọng, với lại có hình như là có khoai tây nữa.
I would add a few more handfuls of fried onions on there if I could. Thank you. Lunch is over. That was really good food. The
gần 34 euro nha.
Austrian cheesy noodles. That was delicious.
Thấy đâu có cái gì ngon
We're now walking down the street on our way to Old Town, and gonna just explore Old Town for a while now. We don't have that much time left, so we're heading straight over to eat a Salzburg-style sausage next. And I think it's right down this walking street. Okay, here it is. It's called the Balkan Grill. And there is a long line, so I'm gonna wait it out. You can smell the grilling sausage throughout this entire passageway. Ying went off to go walk around and do some shopping. Micah and I are gonna hang out in the line and wait for the sausage.
Bây giờ anh đi vô một cái nhà hàng món nướng. Ở đây nó bán cái kiểu vậy à?
Okay, Micah and I each got a snack. I got the classic Bosna dogs.
Đây là 3 đồng 7 euro.
What is this thing? He has a baby crunchy snack. So definitely a legendary thing to eat when you're in Salzburg. And what they do, they have a number of different variations that you can order with different toppings, but I just went with the original. They take a piece of bread, she adds in some onions, and then puts in a duo of sausages,
Cái này không phải cái nhà hàng mà là chỉ là một cái quầy bán bánh mì thôi à.
It smells incredible. It's kind of light. It's not as heavy as I thought picking it up. You can smell some spices and some parsley in there as well. I'm gonna scoot them forward so I make my first bite a very memorable first bite. Okay, that should be perfect right there. Oh, the bread is I think the bread is grilled too, so it's crispy on the outside, but then it feels really fluffy at the same time.
Đồ ăn ở đây thấy cũng không có gì là đặc biệt lắm.
Oh, they're piping hot. Oh, that is excellent though. The sausage is just perfectly salty, and then it has that wonderful grilled flavor to it. You can taste that curry powder, which is also tastes kind of salty as well. And then just with onions in there, and then yeah, that bread is really good. It's got those grill marks on it. It's crispy, but then it's fluffy on the inside. It's really light. That sausage is really, really good. It has like the perfect consistency. It's not completely smooth. It has a little bit of texture to it, but at the same time it's very tender. And oh, those onions are amazing too. Micah, how's that snack down there? Wow, that is really, really good. If you come to Salzburg, that's something you have to eat. To me, that sausage had the perfect consistency, and I liked it with that dust of curry powder. I could have used a little bit of sauce. There wasn't any sauce on it. Maybe some mustard would have been. I would have liked some mustard. A little bit of sauce on it would have. It was the only thing. But those.
Looking for a lifeline in these tough times? Well, forget about stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency, or other types of investing, and instead focus on building.
But those sausages were amazing. Unfortunately, time goes by really, really fast when you're just walking around and waiting for food. So we're actually almost out of time because there's still one more legendary restaurant in Salzburg that I gotta try before leaving. So I think we're just gonna quickly walk around Old Town and then head back to one final legendary restaurant in Salzburg before we head out. The Old Town of Salzburg, it is very tourism driven. There are lots of people here, but at the same time it's very scenic. It's really a nice place to walk around. I wish we had more time to explore and see some of the attractions. Oh, and if you come here, you can take a horse as well, a horse carriage. We're back in that same area of town, right where we had lunch. I'm climbing up the stairs over the hill to try to get a view, and then gonna climb down the stairs on the other side, and that's where a very well-known local brew house and restaurant, Austrian restaurant, is located. Wow, just climbed a few flights of stairs, and the views are incredible. And there's a church or a monastery up here as well. And then this is actually the cliff walls with the fort walls as well. And then the brew house is just down the road here. This is an amazing place. You walk underneath the bridge, and then the cobblestone streets, and this place is called Augustiner Brau. This is a Salzburg institution, and I know they have a beer hall plus a beer garden, and kind of quiet in here. They actually just opened for the day. The entrance is kind of kind of empty and kind of huge, and it feels almost like a monastery in here. Oh, cool. Check that out. Immediately as I opened the door, I got this aroma of ham and sausage. Oh, that's exactly what you want to smell when you enter a building like this. The garden is fantastic. They have a bunch of tables set up under the trees. You get drinks, and then they have food stalls all around, so you just get whatever you want. It's all self-service. You go sit down. We need a beverage.
Ở đây nó có cái vườn
This is really awesome.
Rồi,
You
ăn
can
đẹp
grab
quá.
your own cups. So I got the half liter, and they also have liter cups. Sorry. And you.
vậy là cái này để
you
uống bia
come
rồi đó.
over here, and you. I think you're supposed to wash off your cup. Wash off your cup. And by the way, Micah is having his afternoon nap, and then you get back in the line. Thank you very much.
Cái này là bia.
This is such a cool place. Once you get your cup, then you walk up there. It's a little confusing, but it's only confusing your first time. Once you've done it once, then you know exactly what to do. But you give them your receipt and your cup, and he fills your beer right out of the barrel. And you come down and you have a seat wherever you like. Wow. Oh, it's really, really frothy. It's crisp. It's cool, like perfectly cool. You can actually taste it's right out of the barrel. Oh, that's fantastic. And now I'm gonna go get some food real fast.
Ja, let's get some. Magst du Kartoffelspalten dazu oder irgendwas?
Zwiebeln und
Rồi,
Ja,
gà nướng.
One sausage, one ribs.
One sausage, one ribs,
Yeah,
and one potatoes.
Yeah, sure. Here, my special hot sauce.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Just us for cleaning up the hands after.
Okay, thanks. Hey, Micah. Micah woke up from his nap, and we just got some ribs and sausage. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, please. And also, I just saw the fish stall. Had to get a grilled fish. Okay, this tray is full. It's time to go back to the table. Right, we got some food. There's all sorts of things that you can choose from. And actually, as I was just walking around, I saw a lady with a whole plate of ribs. And that's why I said I have to have the ribs, because the ribs
Cái
look
đồ ăn này
fantastic.
coi cũng đẹp.
And it's a little smokehouse. He
Sườn-
looks like
sườn nướng.
he is passionate about smoking and grilling meat. And then
Rồi,
there's another
khoai
plate I
tây
got
nó
with
chiên.
sausage, which is a really plump, juicy looking sausage, and I got a side of potatoes. He served that with mustard and a side of some kind of creamy
Rồi
sauce.
có cái
Let's
con
unwrap this
cá
fish.
gì
Oh,
nữa.
it's so hot right off the grill. Oh, and
Con
cool. Okay,
cá lóc
it's
nướng luôn.
roasted, and then it's still stuffed with the sick, and then she stuffed in a lemon wedge into the carcass there. Okay, let me reach over for one of these ribs. Oh yeah, that is so tender. It is kind of oily and creamy. And just a one bite. Oh, that sauce is good. It's kind of more sweet than spicy, but it sort of has like a little bit of zing to it. Time to try this sausage. And it was a pretty good sized sausage. It would have taken up the entire length of the plate, but he chopped it into pieces. You can see how plump and juicy this sausage is going to be. Oh, and I can smell that's the good hot mustard. Good sausage, good mustard. It's plump, it's fluffy, it's really good. It's really tender
Xúc
and
xích
awesome.
coi,
And then that
cũng,
mustard is the hot mustard. It's fantastic. Something
cũng
else cool they
khá.
have here are wooden forks instead of plastic forks. Roasted potatoes here. And I think it came with this sauce.
Hình như cái khoai này nó nướng chứ không phải
Really
là
creamy,
chiên.
really rich sauce with some herb in there. I think it's rosemary. Let me remove this wedge of lemon in there, and I'll just start from the side here.
Con cá này không phải con cá lóc, con cá gì á.
Yeah, that's good. It's just plain fish. It tastes like it's been salted, and you can taste the smokiness of it as well. It would be really good with that lemon. I think this is a river fish. It's really good. It's not a little bit fishy. It's good though.
Để coi lát cái này nhiêu nha.
Good, really good beer.
Chắc
Fantastic
ít nhất cũng phải 450
We've got to go
euro.
catch our train like in 10 minutes. So we got to finish off this food and then we're going to run to the train station. You just would not guess that something so fantastic is behind those doors. This is the spot right here. Really cool place. And we really need to get to the train station fast now.
Giờ anh lên xe lửa anh đi. Anh không có cho biết cái đó nhiều à.
We
Chắc
made it to
khoảng
the train
450
station with about 10 minutes to spare.
euro á.
Mike and I had to do some jogging to get here though. We made it. Oh, that was a sweaty journey here. It was a little bit further than I had expected.
Wir müssen hier an Bord so südlichster Deutschen Bahn auf den Weg nach Saarbrücken und das Ganze über Rosenheim für München.
That was a really fun day trip. Actually, it wasn't even a full day. It was only like, we got there at 9 and left at 4. It was only 7 hours in total. Just an introduction to Austrian food and just an introduction to Salzburg. And honestly, it wasn't enough time. I would have loved to have a couple more days there to explore. But it was a fun trip. I want to say a big thank you to 23andMe for sponsoring this video. I took a DNA test and then I traveled to Germany and Austria and to this region. I'll leave 23andMe their link in the description box below so you can check them out for more details. And I want to say a big thank you for watching this video. I will leave all of the information about the restaurants we ate at in the description box below. And if you have a chance to visit Salzburg, it's a great little city to walk
Xin
around
chào
and
các bạn nha.
explore.
Tới đây
Thank you for
là
watching.
hết
Please
rồi.
remember to give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below, and if you're not already
Gặp các bạn lại
subscribed,
sau nhé.
subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos.
Xin
Thanks again
chào.
for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.